Welcome back. On Thursday, the College Boards, the group that operates the Advanced Placement Test program across the country, announced it would no longer allow AP psychology tests to be given in Florida since teachers are now banned by the state of Florida from teaching issues surrounding gender identity and sexual orientation, two elements of the psychology course. The announcement comes as the school year is about to start. The Florida Department of Education says the College Boards should stop playing games with students. Hours after the decision came out, I spoke to State Senator Rosalind Osgood, an educator and former member of the Broward School Board, about this decision.
This continues the political war. And I think that we must understand how critical the education of our children is, and we should not have it as the center of the political wars that we continue to see, the power battles and struggles. The College Board blames the Department of Education. The Department of Education blames the College Board. As a former adjunct professor at Nova Southeastern University teaching public policy, that AP course in psychology has been taught for years. There's no outcry that anything is wrong with it. I know that bills have been passed to say first that you couldn't teach any curriculum about sexual orientation and gender identity in education school, then it went to middle, high, now it's on a college level. I think, Jim, we have to get on the balcony. AP courses are critical for our children, especially our minority children. Those AP courses allow them to be duly enrolled a lot of times. By the time they graduate high school, they already have an associate's degree. We saw the same thing happen to an African-American AP studies course, in which the Department of Education had said had no educational value. I mean, we just continue to see all of these political wars and battles that cause these major consequences for our kids. When a child takes an AP course, it can boost their GPA by like 6 points if it's an A, 5 points if it's a B. That really helps them when they're looking to go to the next level, to college.
Also, it becomes a cost saving for them. If they're able to accrue college credits in high school, those are fewer credits they'll need in college, and therefore it makes college more affordable in many ways. Am I correct?
Yeah, you are correct. A lot of kids graduate. I know in Broward County, they're duly enrolled. When they graduate high school, many of them have their associate's degree already. I think about Piper High School, where there was 8 or 9 students slated to take that African-American AP study course. I spoke with them during this past legislative session when that whole ordeal went down, and they were not able to take that course. The teacher had already been hired. I mean, you probably at this point have thousands and thousands of kids already registered for this course. So now you have to go back and reschedule them. And God forbid if they need those credits to graduate. I just think that we have to do a better job when it comes to education and our kids, that we don't involve them in political wars and fights. I mean, it's been horrific. We saw the African-American curriculum come out to suggest that Black people benefited from slavery. I find that very insulting, very heartbreaking when you think about the atrocity of slavery and what it did to destroy families and how women were raped and beat. It's other pages of that curriculum that says slavery increased by natural reproduction. Most of those Black women were forced to breed kids. Now we're going after an African-American AP study course in psychology, which is critical to our kids' education. We know that it's those advanced placement course, Jim, that pushes our children to think critically, just like history. This is the dialogue that's generated, this critical thinking. This is what gives our children the mind to create and invent things that's going to change the world forever, so that we don't repeat some of the things we've had in the past. Schools are a safe place for most children. There are a lot of tough things that kids deal with. If they can't dialogue about sensitive issues with a trusted person, as most teachers are with students, where are they going to talk about this stuff at? Many of them can't talk about it at home with their family members, because we as a society have not learned how to love our transgender and our gay students better. So this is a call to action for us. that we just have to do a better job.
Well, one of the things I know when I was dealing with the issue on AP African American Studies, one of the things that was often told to me by educators is that the ability to take AP classes, particularly for minority students, but not exclusively for them, helps give them the confidence to believe that they can handle college level courses, that they are in an environment in high school that allows them to realize that they have more potential to actually go to a college, whereas they might have thought otherwise before.
Yeah, Jim, you're right. It helps them to think critically, because in the AP courses, you have the dialogue. I know Broward Schools has one of the largest debate programs in the state of Florida. So all of these kinds of things that force conversation and dialogue in diverse settings is how we build our intellectual capacity. We know that we were all taught you build your intellectual capacity by reading, traveling, and conversing. And that's what these AP courses do. It gives them the confidence to kind of have a trial run while still in a high school environment, while they're at home, they're structured. And for many, many kids, it is their only way to college, because some families can't pay for 4 years of college. So if their students can take AP courses, they can graduate with an associate's. They've already put the academic structure in place to be successful in college. If they're taking AP, it sets them up for scholarships. Some of them of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. This year, we gave away $56,000 worth of scholarships to a lot of students that were taking AP courses because they had GPAs. They were going to marvelous schools, all over the nation, historically Black colleges, PWIs. But it was the AP course that gave them the confidence, that allowed them to put the system in place that they could study on a level with rigor, and preparing them to be successful in college, that they can communicate their ideas, that they understand how they're expected to build their intellectual capacity. I'm just blown away that we're even discussing this. There was nobody crying or nothing. This class has been taught for thousands and thousands of students for years. So why is it problematic now?
Well, let's talk about that, because it seems to me that in many ways the issue falls on the college boards as well. To suddenly announce that they are not recognizing the AP courses just a couple of weeks before the start of school, do you blame the college boards for suddenly making this announcement? Or does the fault lie with the state of Florida and their curriculum? Because the college boards essentially are saying, since you're prohibiting the teaching of certain aspects that are necessary for the psychology course, the AP psychology course, we can't offer it any longer. Who's at fault here?
I think they both are. And that's what I meant when I said earlier, you can't play power games and political games with our children's education. College Board is a prestigious organization. The Department of Education is the Department of Education. Jim, they should have had this figured out before now. It's too significant to our children's future that we're now right a couple of weeks out from school and we have this bombshell. This causes chaos in our community. It causes our kids stress. Our kids are already stressed out trying to just live from day to day coming out of COVID. It's just so irresponsible on both the Department of Education and college boards' behalf that we're at this point now and we haven't resolved this.
How do you see this playing out? I mean, obviously the college boards has laid their line in the sand. I don't see Manny Diaz as the Secretary of Education backing away, or Ron DeSantis backing away from this, and the students end up getting caught in the middle.
And that's what continues to happen. The children pay the consequences, or the teachers are the parents. I just think that we have to find some way to move forward where we prioritize people, that we move away from political wars and power games. Most elected officials, most appointed officials, they are very smart people. And I just believe that we can always come together and have a conversation and figure it out if we prioritize our children. It's not about somebody being right or wrong. It's like, what path do we move forward that's going to be in the best interest of all of our kids? It's irresponsible on behalf of College Board and the Department of Education that this has not been resolved prior to now.
We'll be right back.